we made it down to the kitchen. I have Madison peeking over to this side. Can you see her? Oh, nope, still can't see. Oh, you see a little hair, a little fuzzy fuzz. So I'm going to make 2 batches, or I was going to make just a double batch, but I'm afraid of doing it in the same bowl. So we're going to make 2 batches, but in separate bowls. So I'm going to make one. She's going to make one. I'm using my new spatula I'm super excited about. So how could this get any better? Kids in the kitchen, mom in the kitchen, cute spatulas. Let's get to cooking. We need some flour first. All right, we'll take you along through the process and show you how it goes. All right, bear with me. I'm going to be helping her as we film my batch and show you just what I'm doing. It'll be easier that way. You need to start with 2 cups of flour into your bowl. Now, you are going to need more flour later, so don't put it away or anything because you're going to need it for rolling out your pasta or your dough. Wait. So I'm going to move this flour and utensils over her way so we can get started on the next step. So we'll be right back. All right, we are going to add just a little bit of salt into each of the bowls. And then, I mean, you can mix it if you want, you know, help get that salt mixed in just a little bit. But their next big step is we're going to make a well in the middle to dump the wet ingredients, the ricotta, the eggs, and all that. Okay. We got a nice little well going in here. That should work. Just wait, we'll do it. I'll grab a knife and you can poke it through. Oh, that one's open. I stuck my finger through it. It didn't look open. I stuck my finger right through the ricotta.
That's the,
Yeah, okay. So each bowl is going to get 2 large eggs. Okay. And then the recipe calls for 2 16-ounce tubs of ricotta. But you guys, it comes in 15 ounces. So I'm just doing 1 ounce shy on each batch. It'll be fine. And I want it to just flop in here, but we'll see. Yeah, right into the middle. Just how we hoped. Okay. Now we are also going to add a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese into here. And I have just probably, I'm going to split this in half. So I'll do like a 1/4 cup of this nicer fine shredded cheese. So I have enough for both. And then just the cheap Parmesan for it. Madison sits over here is making a big old mess.
Shut up, the thing that flew over
Whoop,
me.
making. Need to be cheesy, rich, and so delicious. So we'll move all those ingredients over for her to do her own, of course. You know, she's going to be 11 in like a week and a half, so she knows what she's doing. Okay, you guys, it's this simple. I already sprinkled the salt, 2 large eggs, Parmesan cheese, flour. You are going to just mix this till it comes together. And that is going to take a little bit of time, but it will be worth it. We'll come back when we're ready for the next step in the gnocchi process. All right, here comes the fun part. We got the beater, the roller, floured surface. I'm going to dump all my dough onto here.
Crumbly.
It's still crumbly, but that's okay. I just don't want to do it in there. Let's get this bowl out of our way for now. Pull up a chair. This is going to take a minute. Then, oh, can you even see what we're doing? Let's move it up a little bit. There we go. Now you are just going to knead this dough and you sprinkle the flour until it is not sticking to your hands anymore. So this is kind of a project, you guys, but let me tell you, if you try this, let me know, because you will not regret it.
Can I use my hands for this?
Yes. Okay. Madison's over there working on her batch. All on her own. That'll be helpful.
Ah!
It's cold, because all of our ingredients were in the fridge, like the cheese and the eggs.
It scared me a little.
So all of our ingredients are going to be nice and combined really, really well by the time we get it not sticky. Okay. Now what it suggests to do is cut this in half and then rip these in half again. So you have 4 balls of dough. Now where I ripped it, I'm going to roll it a little bit more, just so it's not sticky there. Make it easier to work with, obviously. Okay, we still got flour on our surface. We're going to get our first ball ready. And we're going to roll this out just a little bit before I fold it back together. Make sure we get it nice and combined. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Cool. Okay. So, now what you need to do is start rolling it like a log. And then, you're going to kind of roll and pinch and roll and pinch until you get your, we'll say your log of dough into about 1 inch thick. Now, if you find it harder to work with this long chunk of dough, which I kind of do, you could always cut it in half and make smaller ones, just to make it easier, especially since I have Madison helping. But, you know, you do what works for you. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Start rolling it like that. I love gnocchis. I cannot wait till tomorrow to eat these babies. Okay.
It's looking pretty good, Mom.
Yeah, they're all looking pretty good.
This is actually dope.
All right. Now, oh, I need to go grab a fork. Oh, God. We're grabbing a fork like this. It's just part of life here. Pay it off later.
What do you mean never?
Okay. Oh, boy. So this is very technical, difficult. 1 inch pieces. Chop, chop, chop. Well, that's a little big, but you want to get them as close in uniform size as you can, just so they all cook the same. But it gets more fun in just a second. I'm not doing very good at keeping them uniform. We'll add this chunk to another bowl. Okay. Now, once you have your little gnocchis going. Now, I haven't done this in a while, but we're going to try it. I'm going to roll them up just a little bit. And then you do the fork roll. Oh, I don't think you can use it. You're going to take the fork and roll them in, just to give them that line. I need to work on it. Mine aren't turned out quite how I wanted. Let's see. I swear I'm Italian. Don't test me. I'm failing right now. You know, whatever. Just put some fork prints in it. It'll be happy. Right? Let's see. Is this one going to be easier? I don't know. No. Whatever.
Try a little piece of the dough.
You can try a little dough. Yeah. Whatever. We're just going to put a little fork mark in them and call it beautiful. It's my family. They're not going to mind. Guys, and it's as simple as that. Now you have gnocchi. Now, if you were going to serve this up immediately, you would just put them in a pot of boiling water for about 3 minutes. But I'm going to bring these tomorrow. So my plan is to put them in the freezer so I can, on a sheet pan, individual, so I can flash freeze these and then just bring them easier in like a bag tomorrow instead of a bunch of dough separately. So that's how we're doing it so far. I'll show you the next step.
I know why it's so satisfying. I can like...
All right. I got one little ball done. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on this cookie sheet to just so I can flash freeze them. But I figured I'd chat with you. So tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and we're super excited for that. We are going to go see my grandma, sorry, my dad's mom. My parents have both passed away, and all we have left on all of those for grandparents is my grandma Barb. So it's the twins' great grandma, and let me tell you, it brings her all the joy in the world just to see these children, like all the joy. So that's always a really good time. And of course, we've been celebrating Christmas with them my whole life, and I'm 34, so it's just something we normally do. But also, Grandma's getting older, and she hasn't been in the best of health this last year, so we are kind of taking over, and we're bringing the food to her just so she doesn't have to put any kind of stress and worry into cooking for everybody. Because, you know, we love her, and we want her to have a good time, not a stressful, exhausting time. And she told me a story about the first time she made gnocchi. My grandpa was full-on Italian, and she was Irish. So she could cook really well, but she had never made gnocchi before. She didn't even know what it was. She'd never seen it. She'd never known. I had to enlist some help, but they're doing a wonderful job. We have one full pan, and I'm gonna boil up just a couple so we can try them tonight and make sure they're all good. Make sure they taste good before we feed everybody. So this is Madison's first gnocchi making experience.
And raviolis, but he wanted gnocchis.
All right, the whole family's around. We're having a good time in the kitchen, picking on each other, being goofballs. Anyway, I boiled up a couple of the gnocchis, and that recipe did not really call for any seasoning other than a little salt. So on our own, I added garlic powder and Italian seasonings, and I wish I would have like dumped a ton more. So what I did is once I got them all rolled out on the pan, I sprinkled them with garlic powder and Italian seasoning, and we'll freeze them like that. But I did boil up some. I boiled up like 4 or 5 for us to try now and season those up once they came out, because that's when I realized it. So they are delicious, but don't be afraid. Heavily, season them while you're mixing in the dough, because they need the flavor. They're really good though. But the texture is perfect. Boiled them for about 3.5 minutes, and they are perfect. They are going to be such a fun surprise to bring to my grandma tomorrow. So look forward again to seeing you in the next video. Oh, I'm losing my English. It's getting late. All right. Have a great Christmas, everybody.